your presentation on the present continuous and direct object pronouns today. We learned the future tense last week. If you remember, it has the same endings for the three AR, ER, and IR kind of verbs. And it's added to the end instead of removing the AR, ER, and IR and then adding endings. So it's things like hablar, we keep the AR, hablarás, hablará, hablaremos, hablaréis, hablarán. Same with comer, same with escribir. I won't linger on it because you have it in the previous video and you can review it at ease. We had a few irregular verbs, so make sure you go over them. Again, they have the same endings. Careful with the accents, with the faras over the vowels, and then they change a little bit the form. Again, go back to the previous video and revise this so that you are comfortable with this new tense. The present continuous is different. We use it in Spanish to emphasize or highlight what's currently happening. We need two elements. We need the present indicative estar. If you remember when we learned the differences between ser and estar, we used the acronym PLACE, and that was the A for action. And then we need what we call the present participle of the verb gerundio, okay, which is ANDO for AR and IENDO for ER and IR. So we say things like estoy hablando, I'm speaking. Está hablando, estás hablando, está hablando, estamos hablando, estáis hablando, están hablando. Estoy comiendo, I'm eating. Estás comiendo, está comiendo, estamos comiendo, estáis comiendo, están comiendo. Estoy escribiendo, I'm writing. Estás escribiendo, está escribiendo, estamos escribiendo, estáis escribiendo. Okay. Important thing, in English, you use these tense to talk about the future. In Spanish, we don't. You always use these to talk about the present, right now, happening at this very moment. Okay, never for I'm leaving later, I'm leaving at 3. For that, we use the simple present tense. Me voy a las 3. Me voy más tarde. Exemptions to these INDOs or ANDO endings, the gerund. If the stem ends on a vowel, the I will change to a Y. This is the thing that we do whenever there's an I between two vowels. It changes to Y because it sounds like that. So construir, you would have construyendo, INDO. So we do construyendo. Estoy creyendo, I'm believing. This is I'm building, I'm believing. Estar yendo, they're going. Quite colloquial. Estoy leyendo, I'm reading. Estáis oyendo, I'm listening or I'm hearing. Stem changing verbs in IR, only the IR group, okay? We'll change the O instead of UE, like it does duermo, duermes, duerme. It will go to you. Durmiendo, I'm sleeping. Estoy durmiendo. Pedir, the E to I. Pidiendo, estoy pidiendo. I'm ordering pizza. Estoy pidiendo pizza. Other verbs that change include the following. Decir, this is stem changing in a way. Diciendo, I'm poder, pudiendo, even though we don't say it a lot, I'm being able to, okay? And ver simply loses the E again. Estoy viendo, I'm watching a film, okay? What happens with the reflexive verbs? With the reflexive verbs, we say me estoy duchando regularly, or we put the me at the end. So this gerund form has the same issue as we had with the infinitives. You can put the reflexive verb at the end, attached, stuck, glued to the second form of the verb, to the gerund, okay? Now the problem is that we're going to have this little accent coming up because the word is got longer. Don't worry too much about it now. So me estoy duchando or estoy duchándome, and me estoy vistiendo or estoy vistiéndome, and you see the fada there again, okay? Practice. So, conjugate the following verbs in the present continuous. We have the answers already. Asistir, to attend. Estoy asistiendo a clases de español. Ayudar. Estás ayudando a tu madre. Despertarse, reflexive. Se está despertando. Entrar. Estamos entrando en clase. Escuchar. Estáis escuchando la radio. Salir. Están saliendo de la universidad. Okay. Translation notes, I just gave you that in English you use this verb for future plans. I'm going to Spain next week. In Spanish, we need voy, present, or future. Iré a España la semana que viene. Many uses to describe what a person is going to do, is doing, can be more rendered in Spanish with the present simple. So, where are you working? We tend to say donde trabajas. In other words, sometimes this form in English is equivalent to the present simple instead of the present continuous. So when in doubt, use the present simple. When do we use this? Really to emphasize the continuity of the action right now. What are you doing right now? Let's go. Something like that, okay? So further practice. I'm buying a gift for Juan. If you want to stop the video and not look, you can try. We can do estoy comprando un regalo para Juan, and that means ongoing action. At this very moment, I just met you on the street and I ask you. Or voy a comprar o comprar un regalo para Juan if it's a plan. I'm not buying them now, I'm just going to do it later. You are watching the television, está viendo o mirando la tele right now. I see him in front of the TV. Or va a ver la tele if it's a plan, if I'm going to do it later. He's playing the piano, está tocando el piano. Right now I can hear it. Or he's going to be playing the piano later, so va a tocar or tocará el piano. Let's go to the second part of this video. If you want to stop here, I recommend it. And you can go to the Spanish verb tenses book and check the chapter that we use for this present continuous. It's in the first section. And you can use the chapter to revise. So you can stop here. I'll tell you the chapter at the end of the video again. The Spanish verb tenses does not have practice on the direct object, which is the next thing we're going to do. So direct objects. What are direct objects? Direct objects are what we, in the sentence, the part, okay, of the sentence that complements or limits the meaning that the verb gives us by answering the question what. Como patatas. What do I eat? Patatas. So patatas is the direct object, okay? Now, it can also be a quién if the what is a person. So veo la tele. What do you see? La tele. Voy a visitar a mi abuela. What are you going to visit? I know it sounds weird, right? But that's the object of my visit, the person receiving my visit, a my abuela, okay? And we have that personal that we talked about a little bit when we talked about prepositions. What are the direct object pronouns? If we need to substitute that abuela by her or that patatas by them, what are the objects? What are the direct object pronouns that we use? We use mete, but, third person, lo and la, nosos, los and la. So we've seen this set constantly. The reflexive are similar. The indirect objects are similar. Now we have almost the same except lo and la for him and her and los and las for them. It's just that said him and her and it, lo and la. So leo un libro. Lo leo. I read it. ¿Vas a beber esa cerveza? No, no la voy a beber. I'm not gonna drink it. La cerveza. ¿Vamos a visitar a nuestros primos? Los vamos a visitar. We're going to visit them. Come ensaladas todos los días. Las come todos los días. He eats them every day. Quiero esa chaqueta. La quiero. It. Estudian español. Lo estudian. They study it. ¿Me quieres? Claro, te quiero mucho. Do you love me? Yes, I love you a lot. Okay? So one thing that you may have noticed already is that we put it in front of the first conjugated verb, as you can see there. So try for yourselves. Ana quiere a su hermana. What could it be? Ana, she loves her. Ahora hago los deberes. Now I do them. Daniel come un bocadillo. Daniel eats it. ¿Cómo sería? You can stop the video and then I'll give you the answers. So, Ana la quiere. Ahora los hago. Daniel lo come. Did you get them right? Let's try 3 more. Mi madre hace las fotos. My mother makes them, we say. ¿Conoces a Cristina? No, I don't know her. ¿Pierdes tu móvil a menudo? Con frecuencia. Yes, I lose it frequently. Stop the video. And now, mi madre las hace. No, no la conozco. Sí, lo pierdo.